I'll do whatever. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what route you want to go. Because like Pat's been talking about, like if it's a darker route, then Pat's darker than I am. But if it's more of a emotional route, I mean, it's got to be a little bit of both, regardless. You know.
Hey, what is up, everybody? So today I'm going to go through how to cast a theatrical... today we're doing our Christmas show production we're going to cast here soon. And today I just want to go through exactly how we cast a show. And you guys can get any tips and tricks you want to for casting your own theater plays. And here we go.
Yeah, when we cast, usually it just builds itself. I mean, like a puzzle, no cliche. But it really does. I mean, the pieces just fall together with who said that they're interested in doing it, you know, who auditions and stuff. It's just like you don't usually even have to try. And usually, like, the ensemble characters are the hardest to cast because you just got to put a lot more thought into those. But
okay, Anthony Sears, theater manager. Okay, that guy has like one line, doesn't he? Pat?
Yeah, he only has one line.
So I say we put Butch in that role because he usually goes out. Basically, they announce the play that's coming up.
So today's method, what we're doing here is, this is not the standard open auditions. We have people that we worked with in the past, and we have sent out messages to them, a group message to everybody on our social media accounts. Just simply ask, hey, we're doing this play. Anybody interested? Send us a direct message. Due to coronavirus, we did not feel comfortable at this time with the amount of cases going around in our current area in Montana. We did not feel comfortable at this time doing open auditions, not knowing if someone might be quarantined or here or this or that or whatnot. So we felt at this time the best idea for us was to just do individual auditions by request. So today's process that we're using is individual auditions for this Christmas Carol cast, and this should be interesting.
And we got Dickens, doubled with a businessman. And that's at the very end when he comes on and they're all talking, right?
Yeah, just make sure you have enough room for all the roles on there.
So write smaller.
Yeah.
Scrooge.
So today's video, I'm going to show you how to cast a theatrical production. This is for our Christmas play, A Christmas Carol, which is going to happen over a month, a little bit over a month here. And this should be a lot of fun here today.
Or, okay, Christmas past. I'm not worried about the double casting.
Just say past.
Yeah. Well, I can go Christmas past.
All right.
Okay.
So what I have right here in front of us on this table is a whiteboard. This whiteboard I'm going to use to put in all the characters' names of the show. Then once you get all the characters' names of the show in there, we are then going to go through everybody that personally sent us an audition tape, a script, a video, whatever, interest, people that we know that said they wanted to do the play. We're going to go through all those names, start to plug those names into the whiteboard, and then once we get all the names for our first draft of names into the whiteboard, we'll then go back through and kind of erase the names and switch them around and play around with different parts. And if this person plays this role, we can switch this person to that role, and vice versa. And then we look at things like dependability, because we're still doing a lot of community theater type actors, so we look at who's most dependable. How does that factor into it? Who can we really trust? We've had people quit the day of the show sometimes. So dependability and things when it comes to community theater is pretty important. So we're going to go right now. Right now we're going through the list, and we're going to start writing down the names into the actual slots here. And we're going to see how this goes.
That can't be a very big part.
I would just focus on the main parts. Make sure you get the main parts down first.
Yeah, all of this little brother student ignorance. I already have ideas for that. Mother. You have a list of people that are interested?
yeah, did people message you as well?
I only got like one message, so I'm hoping that you got a lot more than I
Okay,
got.
so we got Stewie, Pat.
So when it comes to Dickens or the narrator, I 110% see Marquise. Lots of lines. He should be the guy in there.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Marquise has proved his worth as a narrator in several shows. Okay, Scrooge would be the next biggest one.
Can we just skip Scrooge for right now because that's a huge part. Let's just skip Scrooge. We don't know what we're doing there.
Okay, now some of these I might have to jog my memory and just open this up and look at them again, you know.
That's fine.
So, as when we have couples, I see here's the couples. This is the couple, Ebenezer and Belle. And then you have Fred and his wife. And then you've got the Cratchits. But there's a big scene with Ebenezer and Belle.
My thing is beyond Scrooge. Let's look at the biggest part.
That's Ebenezer and Belle. He's the young Scrooge, but they're like in love, so they got to be probably like 20ish. Then you got Fred and his wife. They're hilarious. I could see Stewie in this role. I really could. Okay. So
When Love Is Gone is the name of the song.
So Fan is young Scrooge's sister, and she comes to get him at school. So the young sister could easily be Izzy, but she could also play. I'm thinking, play one of the Cratchits. I did a lot of
Me
lines.
and Jerry Gundy do that.
Okay, so let's say if we did the Cratchits, we go Matt and Kaya, and then we got to put can we put Tiny Tim down?
I mean, he was yelling the lines, so I think he was good.
We
We were talking about we're gonna rotate just like Creepshow. One night he plays it, one night Abel plays it. No.
Do you think Abel would do that?
Tiny
I
Tim.
don't know. So here we go. We have our first draft of names here, and we're gonna start talking about these names, these current slots, and thinking about how the show would look with these first names and these slots here. And then we're going to switch it up a little bit and see how it goes. Again, the reason we have this whiteboard in front of us right here is because it gives us the opportunity to put everything on a board and quickly erase it and replace names. It gives you a big visual of the entire cast and how that cast might work together and how that show might look if it's cast a certain way. And then you erase them and switch the names around. You can see how it works in another way you cast it. You can just get an idea of in your head of how things might look with different types of casts and different roles and things.
I'll do whatever, yeah. I mean, it depends on what route you want to go, because like Pat's been talking about, like if it's a darker route, then Pat's darker than I am, but if it's more of a emotional route, I mean, it's got to be a little bit of both regardless, you know. If it's more of an emotional route, then I think I would fit that better than he would, but it depends on which route you want to go. I don't care.
Here's my view, and he's my co-director. After having read the script, it's got all those elements, and to make a good show, you have to look across the emotional spectrum. There's lots of dark, lots of opportunity for scary, creepy things. But I was telling Butch earlier, I said the Cratchits is they're a small part, but that family represents love, which is their Christmas. They represent Christmas. You got, because it's all about, they have love even though they don't have any material things. And then you've got the humor. The middle guy's the humor.
Just to go with Kelly Saints, if you were to do not as dark, honestly, the comedy guy, if it was more lighthearted, I'd do really good as a comedy guy. Whereas if you're doing more of an emotional thing, Kelly would do better as Ebenezer Scrooge. Then if it was darker, I would do great Ebenezer Scrooge. But if it was more emotional, Kelly would do better as Ebenezer Scrooge, and I would do better as the comical guy.
Well, no, because if we're talking about, it's funny because we talk, it's going to be all dark. But yet, as Cutlers, we can't help but put the emotion, because the emotion is what the audience is going to attach to.
You're going to need a little bit of both. You really
absolutely.
Need a little bit of both.
But fear is an emotion. Fear and terror and suspense, that's all fantastic emotion. And then it suddenly shifts into this sentimental looking back at Mary Ann. And she'll be over the COVID by then. She'll have at least 30 days.
Because personally, I would do whatever you need. You know, I'm kind of in Pat's boat.
Well,
where
my thought
I
was,
would love to be the funny guy as well. It doesn't really matter. I don't have a dog in the fight.
well,
All right, so you want to do the inner parts between Scrooge, except for skip over that big ass mountain by Fred. All right, I'll do Pentland for this one.
Coal, sir? You want more coal? I saw one lump in the grave. That's quite enough. Begone!
Merry Christmas, Bob. Thank you, Mr. Fred.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Ah, humbug.
Christmas humbug? Uncle, you don't mean that.
I do. Merry Christmas. What reason have you to be merry? What right? You're poor enough.
What right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose?
Ah.
You're rich enough.
Ah, humbug.
Oh, don't be cross, Uncle.
What else?
So yeah, put Kelly down as Chris's present. 'Cause I
Yeah,
think
if that's what you
will-
saw, you gotta go sometimes with your gut.
That's the first role that jumped out when I thought about the show. I was like, if I'm in the show, I want to play that big, goofy ghost.
Okay, so
If you can if you can have a part you know you're gonna freaking kill, that's what you should go for.
Right.
yeah, that's your gut. Just like my gut was putting Stewie as Fred. I just saw
I'm
that.
just very adamant about the emotional aspects of the show coming out. My part's going to be the most comedic, so it doesn't matter after my part. I'm just very adamant about the emotional aspects coming out because it could make people tear up. It really could.
Oh, it absolutely could. Okay, so right now I'm gonna do this because I'll tell you, there's so many great parts.
Put Pentlin as Marley.
Those great background parts. And Josh could play a dozen of them. And that's how they get this most versatile awards and stuff. These guys, they can play so many. Okay, so we don't have Yet to Come. I don't know about the Fezziwigs.
That's just death, isn't it?
Scott Grazier.
I mean, do they even have lines? It's just death.
Nope. Well,
Yeah, so I mean, you
but
could literally put.
Put
he
Grazier down there.
hangs out with him quite a bit.
Put Grazier down
Grazier
there.
did wear that mask during
Put
Young
Grazier,
Frankenstein.
put Grazier down
He
there.
never took it off, even during the handshake line.
Hello, Scott. This is Patrick here, down at Cutler Brothers Theater. Hey, did you have any interest in being in the Christmas Carol this year?
Dickens, Thomas Dickens.
Yeah, did you know we were doing a Christmas Carol this year? And there you have it, folks. So we just casted the Christmas Carol. It's going to be a great show. I can't wait for it in December. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any tips, tricks, questions, any questions you have at all, please put it in the comments. I'm more than glad to make a video personally for you about anything in regards to theater, especially when you're doing like community theater like we are. Just put it in the comments and let me know what you think, and look forward to putting out another video. All right, check you guys on the flip side.